Hello, and welcome back to a new episode of A Journey to Valhalla with your girl Cassandra. We are going to sleep first off. In the last episode, we managed to finally get us one of those bloodstones from one of the fortresses, and we made that flaming sword. And it's looking fantastic. I love the look of it. We're gonna use it for a little while and try it out. We're gonna have to repair everything here. And then we are going to try and finish up things a little bit. Let me get down there and repair all of my stuff because we have not done it in the last episode. I don't even remember what we were up to. I was talking about some things we could be doing, should be doing. We were building our museum here. We've got more greystone here now to finish that building process. Yeah, that's what we were up to in the last episode and what we are going to be doing for the next episodes. There are a few left to be doing. We want to put some writing on our big information wall and leave us some notes. We're still missing some trophies, so we need to get. We won't kill fodder in this run right now because we are waiting on the final biome, the deep north, to drop. And then go kill fodder and move on to the deep north. But then we also have the Howling Cavern and the Seal Tower to be doing. We only did the Smoldering Tomb. And then I wanted to take a look at our map. We have quite a lot of stuff explored here. Let me turn off everything but the portals, and we have to do a little documentary and write down what portals we have, especially the numbered ones. We have P1 here, but I don't think we have any other P, and then we have lot 1, 3, 5 without a letter, and then we have all the Ashlands portals that go up to number A24. That is the last one we had marked out. We want to kind of document that a little bit. We have a queen portal, the sap farm. I don't know what that is about, and that we have to go look at that and maybe clean that up a little bit. And yeah, then we will have to go look for the Seal Tower and the Howling Cavern. That is what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be trying to get us the missing trophies and finish up all the tasks we have here. We have to get us some more resources in stock, like barley. We do not have a lot of barley flour, only that little bit here. And sort through all of that a little bit. I don't even know what is in some of those boxes, but we gotta be doing something about it. Stock up on some arrows, probably. We never really used the charred arrows much because the frost arrows helps a lot more. Make some more of those. Yeah. There is still things to be doing, and I think we're gonna be starting off by getting that harvest of barley done and then build a little bit before we finish that up. And then we want to go to the second fodder location on the Ashlands map, because we did not like what we saw at the first one. It was very close to the coast, which could mean a little bit of trouble while fighting fodder in the end. Okay, we got a 49. 49 needs to be planted. That's 20. $30. $40. $49. Okay, and those 40 go in the box because we do need that not only for the flour but also for the barley wine, and we have no barley whatsoever in any of those boxes here, so we're gonna stuck those 40 in here so we can make more barley wine. Also, I might want to take out all of those here and repair them. Because all of that is a little disheveled. We're gonna jump over to our smeltering lane. Oh, okay, let's see, how can we make that a little better? When those in the top row, something like that. Well, that's good. Let's jump over to our forest base where we have that smeltering lane. We did gain some flaw metal to be smeltered. Also might want to get us some more wood. Yeah, there is no coal whatsoever in here. We have 20 coal in the pocket, which means we can put that in here. And then we might want to run over real quick to the forest, to our wood reserve where we planted the trees, and get us some more wood to be making more coal. Ooh, there's a fish lying around here. Funny. Planted a lot of stuff here, so we're gonna take our berserk axes and go to town, felling some trees here, make more. Boing, that went on my head. I like how those axes double as wood felling tools, so you don't have to carry an extra axe for wood felling. Gained no acorns here, pity. Also, we want to stock up on ice while we are at it, because come deep north, we're gonna need more portals. That is for sure. Also, when you are watching this, which will be about 2 weeks from the time I'm recording this, the new combat update Iron Gate made, it's called Call to Arms, will be out of public testing. And in case you wonder why we are not on that train already, all the videos you're watching are recorded a little earlier, because keeping up with 2 videos per week and a normal life entails that I pre-record most of it to be able to keep that up. So there is always like a 14-day delay between what I already recorded and what actually is happening in the game. So it might as well be that for this series we will not see Call of Arms, or Call to Arms, I'm not quite sure, action, because it might come too late before we finish up things here. But I can guarantee that we will use the new mechanics in other runs. Okay, that is the only thing that goes in here. That is off, and there is still a little bit of wood laying around over there that I want to pick up, but I can't carry. Okay, there we go. I think we are good with that for now. I'm gonna pick probably some dandelions here because I have a hunch that we might run out of those. Gonna drop those off at the coal making devices. Yeah, what I plan to do with this run is I'm gonna be finishing up every missing things. I'm gonna be getting all the stuff that we did neglect to be doing while we were playing this, and then we will go on a pause with Cassandra, and she gets to have some vacation while we start another run, and we will come back to this when the Deep North finally drops, and that will most likely be 2026. There is no estimated date of arrival from the devs, from Iron Gate, but what we have seen so far, I guess it is going to be a big update, and they're gonna have to take their time to make all the models and all the animations and all the landscape and all of that. It's quite a lot of work they are going to have to do. So I guess it's going to be a while off. We got that call to arms update, which is a real big update, and we're gonna get into that once it's out of the public testing branch. So you want to see that happening a few weeks from now. Lorelei over at the Comfy Cozy Completionist will be the gal that will be trying out those things, and then also we will start a new run, and votes are still out on what we are going to be doing. I got some voices that said it would be nice if we did permadeath, and I'm not opposed to doing that, but that could mean we're gonna have to start over quite a few times because I'm not really good at permadeath. The other idea was we could do a no map run, and there is a mod I'm eager to be using for that uses the cartography table and draws the map for you, so you don't have to draw your own map, but it's not like an interactive map, so you cannot like see in real time things appearing on that map, which means you cannot see like Haldor's icon show up on the map when you're close or something like that. So you have to find all the traders naturally. You just have like an old-fashioned paper map like we used to have back in the day when we were driving to foreign countries, where you get a map, but you can only see on the map what you already discovered. So that is a good alternative for lazy me. I don't want to bore you to death with attempting to draw a map myself. So if we do no map, we're gonna do the no map printer, I guess. Now we have some wood to spare here. Gonna take some home too, because I'm not quite sure how much wood we actually have back home. To have that stump out of the way here. So yeah, also we could try something along the lines of ranged combat only, so where we only use ranged combat weapons. That would be probably nice. Or what we could do also, we could have longer episodes and do some saga trophy hunt trial, in case you are not familiar with that. There is a mod made by Otars, and it is a play mode that is not in the game per default. It is something special, where you have to collect in 4 hours as many trophies from different mobs that are in the game, which includes doing some more kind of speed runny stuff, because 4 hours is not a lot of time. I have been playing some of those for my personal enjoyment, and I like it. It's a real fun thing to do. So we could try to do some of those. So please let me know in the comments what you think would be a nice thing to do, and then we can decide what we will be doing once we finish up here. So made that happen. Gonna pick up all of that jazz, and we're gonna jump back to our main base. And use the vanishing daylight to get some walls up for our museum, I think. So, where's the wood? Now we got us some more wood here, which is always... We are super low on Yggdrasil wood, so we will have to do something about that. Also, we might want to probably get us some warehouse kind of thingy somewhere where we can store things. We also never managed to properly finish the fishing for the fishing hat. So we might go on a fishing spree. Oh, we are good on dandelions. That is fine here. That's cool. So we're gonna make some more of that lingering item meat. What is needed for that? Sap and berries and mage caps. And there is some logs go wild out there. I can hear them crashing my walls. Let's make 2 of those. Need to go have a look and see what's up with our logs out there. They are raising a ruckus there. Get that in here and we deposit that here. I might want to bring the saddle and maybe some cloudberries. We need to stock up on cloudberries a little bit. We are very low on cloudberries. So what did you do here? We've got stones lying around. Who did make that noise here? Very strange. You broke that workbench again here, huh? Did you? If you break the workbench, you get more mobs in here. You don't want that. Really, I'm sure you don't want that. There, have some food. And what's with that here? That is a broken piece of staircase. Cloudberries. You should eat some. Cloudberries too. Okay. That is another broken workbench here. I specifically put them up to calm down the scene a little bit here. Okay, now it's night. No time to do some more building. What we gained here? Some stones. Needles, some leather. And actually now we have some more cloudberries here. Okay. There they go. And hare meat. Here's the hare meat. There. Okay. Yeah. I think we're gonna be building a warehouse. I'm not quite sure where. Maybe here. That would be not the worst idea. Building a warehouse here to store all the surplus. Because right now everything is every which way in boxes everywhere. We have not much of that. We've got quite a few of those, but not much else in here, so we have to do some completionist things, I guess. Yeah, but for now we are going to be sleeping first. Gonna be right back with you. Okay, let's sleep. I think we're gonna have a little bit more chill episode this episode and do some things at home and stocking up on things. We do need, if we want to be building a warehouse, we do need black metal for that to have the big boxes. And I think we're gonna be going with the cheaper food here and reserve the real good food for... What did I hear here? There was noise outside here. You look a little disheveled. Is there some cloudberries around here I could pick up for that guy? No sir, no cloudberries here. Those might have grown back here. No. Let me see over here. Perhaps, yeah, there. We have some here. We don't have a lot of cloudberries on our land here, which is unfortunate. Might want to bubble up. And there is a fooling out there. I might want to unalive. What you doing here, guy? Because that one is hacking at our... And there is still bone fragments laying around here from our fight with the skeletons. Look at all of that. Okay, I wanted to feed food. That one is looking nice. I need to feed that one lox over there. Because that one is not looking too good. There, you eat. Oh, we have bad weather here. We also wanted to do something about those being like under that over here. I want some solution that is better. So now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and finish off that up here, and we have been looking at that, and I found out that it will not actually fit very well. So what I think we are trying to be doing, there is those half walls, and I think we might be able to finish that off with those. I don't know if those will show up on the outside. Ah, they won't. Okay, let's maybe try then those here. Ah, they will stick out. Okay, that is... as you can see, I am not an expert on building with that here. So what if we managed to put in some kind of... I don't know how to do that. Some kind of marker here so we can... I don't know if that will work. I don't have the slightest idea. So we can have one of those right in the middle here, and then put that quarter pieces to the sides here. We get a little tiny bit of strangeness up top, but it closes up the corner instead of like when we use that. See that it does not really fit in there properly. That is what bothering me here. So I guess when we do it like this and have the that piece here, I don't know, maybe we get us some wood and try again with some wood, like a door or something. I need to figure out how to build with Graustin. I really do. We do have a lot of Graustin because we did quite some Graustin hauling. Yeah, I have too much Graustin in my pocket, but we don't need much wood. I need to find out how we can make that work here. Because this is looking all bunkadoodles. So, if we used that, but it won't snap to the center of that. It will overlap. See that? That is so strange. I don't understand how Graustein works, I have to admit. Like, I would love to have... Wait. What if we snap that here? So that is the center here now. And then we put that here. And that is a lot of doing, really. And then we can add that here. Look, like that is so much doing to get that just right here. And then we can snap that to this side. And then that fills that perfectly. And then we got to snap that here, and then that will be filled perfectly. And then we put that one to the other side, and that will fill that one perfectly. But that is quite a lot of doing here. There must be a better way to achieve that. Let me try again with that one. Like so. And then like so. No, that is not working. The problem here is that we cannot reach that corner. We removed that one for a moment. Could we then put that in here? Okay, that seems to be a better way. We don't have enough wood here to make that work, because I still need to get that in here to make that work. Like here. And then that half thingy. Oh wait, let me take out that and that. Nah, not that. This is real difficult. Where did that go? So that one needs to go in here again. And then we can put that one back where it belongs. This is all bunkadoodles. And then that is not sitting in the middle. It is not. Like, at all. This is driving me nuts. If you know about a better method to get that sorted, I would appreciate if you let me know. The best way I found so far is coming from below. And then we need more wood. We don't have enough wood. The wood is somewhere inside probably. Yeah, there. And then we go with a door and snap that door here. And then we can have that one snapping to the door on this side. And then that is in the middle. And then that one goes on this side. And then it's perfectly centered. But all of that is pretty bonkers to implement for all of this here. Is there any better way to do that? So if we used that one, we could get that up there in one go. And then is that in the center now? That looks better. No, that is not correct. No, that won't work either. So the way to go is have all of that lined out like that. That is the only way I found so far to make that work. We need more wood to make that work. We cannot even carry all of that jazz, man. Gonna be dropping off some of the greystone here. Okay, so gonna have to mark all of that, and probably it is easier to implement when I'm doing it before I put in the upper half. Not sure. I'm gonna try. So that goes here, and that is just to mark the spot where there is the center up there, and then we need that door to mark half of that up there, so we can find the correct place to put the upper stuff. I don't know. I'm just winging it here. Okay, we are out of wood. So let's try to get that in there then. So we have to snap here to make that work, and then get that one, and then I'm gonna do that all over. I find it easier to do that like that, because I will have to switch the snapping point all the while. So that, and then that half wall needs to go right on that. And here, and then on the other side, turn that around. We're gonna snap that to this side. Can we? Thank you. And then we can take out the wood pieces here. and fill it in with the gray stone. And then we have matched up arches up there. So that is now all matching up. So that is the way I found we can do that. There should be some more greystone here. Take out those. Put in that, and then we are missing those up there. And thus we have those arches up there filled in. Okay. I think that is the only way to get that stuff centered. So I guess that is what we are going with. Here and here, and then there and there and here and there, and then we can take I took out the wrong thing. Thank you. It's really not that easy. I want to take out the wood, but it's hard to grab. See? Okay. This is gonna be more difficult than I thought it would be. Out of Raustein. Okay, so we have some more to be doing here. So that one, and that one, and that one, and then going here, and here, and here, and then the door. And then that one needs to snap here and here and here. That one here is quite hard to grab. The upright one is easy, but that one is hard to really grab. That, and that, and that. And then we finagle that in here. And something seems to be not quite right up here. There is something missing here. We have to get up the wall and see what is missing there again. Well, at least we've got those arches all around. But here we have a missing roof piece. Right there. And that is that one. It needs to be snapping here. Nothing seemed to be correct here. There is still a door hanging out up there. But I think we got everything here now, and it looks like everything is lining up properly now. Okay, let me drop off all of that. We can pick up all of the other nonsense around here that dropped outside. Okay. Glitteries everywhere now from building. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that kind of worked. Okay. And things in my pocket. A foul smell from the swamp. Thank you very much. Do I have enough to be buckling up? Barely. So we have to get out there and get to killing some nastiness here. Look at that. Everything is fighting everything down there. Foolings and blobs and a wraith. Oh, the good thing is we could very well get us a wraith trophy in that garage here. I'm a little bit on the low side with the stamina here and with the health also. Come on out here a little bit, boy. We don't need to be all down there. There seems to be fooling in here too, and seekers, so we've got everything here now. And a warlord. Man, we gotta eat. There is a warlock down there in that. That is bad. Let's have some food. Some real food, because we are running low on food here and we need some cloudberries in our pocket to help that poor troll down there, that poor sot down there, because he gonna go down. There is night spawns around here. Okay, there is stuff going on here. I saw a warlock. Oh, that was Odin there. I have mistakenly thought And that guy was... oh man. I don't want to... and now we have an A-bomb here too. Well, we got one here. I'm not able... I was not able to save. Logs. Why is there so many wraiths? Never had so many wraiths here. Okay, that Lux is... seems to be dead in the water here. Okay, now we've killed everything around here. We gotta get over... like that was 3 wraiths I was killing. Let me just drop off the stuff here because that was quite a lot of stuff here in my pocket now. And there gotta be laying around a lot of things out there. Gonna get all of it. There might be also a Wraith trophy amongst that, which we have not found before. So, gonna try to pick everything up here and hope for the best. There's Seeker meat, there is A-bomb stuff in here. Ancient bark. Like everything and your mother. I would have loved to be able to save that logs. I was trying really hard, but with all of that nonsense going on down over there, stood no chance there. Okay. Skeletons. Okay, now we picked up all of that. And there is quite a lot of stuff coming around here. Would have been nice if one of those wraiths would have dropped us a trophy. There's another one. What is this with the wraiths here? This is Wraith Central. Not a trophy though. Circling course. There is still more stuff here. Coins. Chain. Bone fragments. Things. So many things. And we are out of rested buff here. I think we're gonna be going inside for a spell and refresh our rested buff here. Okay, let's wait for the rested buff to kick in. And that was a commotion. Okay, we're gonna be dropping that off too. And go see that we pick up what's still there. It's still glittering around here, but at least now we have daytime. And it should have stopped spawning a lot of stuff in here. Okay, what is all of that here? Cooling stuffs? Entrails, bone fragments, wood. Black metal scraps, coal. Shoot, that was a lot of stuff. Okay. I guess we're gonna be dropping that off here too, and then we're gonna jump up into the mountains for a spell and see if we can bring down some of my mountain logs, because there are logs up there, I'm sure. Oh, for now there are wolves. And the wolves hunted hares. I thought there might be some logs up here, but there ain't. I think we lost most of the logs into the mist. So we are a little short on logs now. There are some of ours. Let's go and bring them back here. You have to been destroying stuff here, friends. That is not helpful. Get away here. I want my saddle back, please. Look at that. They spawned inside here. Somehow. Gotta do something about that. I don't have a wisp light with me, which means it's not gonna be easy. Kinda don't need that. There is stuff glittering all over the place and we have no wisp light. Yeah, we gotta fetch the wisp light. This is bonkerdoodles and we have to have that stone cutter down there somewhere. Cannot pick that up because I'm full. So, what is going on here? Gonna have to turn a little bit and drop some stuff here because I want that stone cutter. Wait. What are we missing? The iron. Okay. No room in inventory. Friends. This is not helpful. Okay. So, no. There is no stone, no workbench around these parts either. We gotta do some workbench shenanigans here. Because this is not gonna be helping if we don't have a workbench here. Okay, why is there... This one is a little far over. Gonna have that crafting bench somewhere here. That is better. All of that here is disheveled. Okay, friends. We wanted to have the wisp light. There should be one here somewhere. There ain't. There's just a heck ton of stuff here. There it is. Okay, let's drop off the sap I collected real quick here. So I have space for the wisp light. And we can also drop off the food here. And drop off all of that here. This is gonna take us a while, but now we have the wisp light so we can actually see what we're doing. And it is helpful. Because there is logs in the mist. Somewhere up here. Man. There, that one. You not gonna go running after hares now. Calm down, there is nothing to be afraid of. I should be probably putting up my bubble, huh? Now, where is my farm? Because in my farm... Ooh, where the voodoo? Let's get that one out here too. Those are not so cool for the farm, because they might cause the farm to get ruined. What are you fighting? Can I get on that saddle, please? Can I get on that saddle, please? Oh, there we go. That was not easy. There. Okay, now let's see about the farm and the sap that is there. On my farm there is sap here. Gonna tap that. We got that. And then I want to go get more. There ought to be some cloudberries around these parts here. Okay. I need to collect some cloudberries because we are running low on cloudberries. Gonna pick all of those here. Killwood needs killing. We are still missing the Wraith trophy, I think. Or do we only miss the Fen Ring trophy? I'm not quite sure. I think I can hear a gyal there, but that does not bother me at all. Wait a bit. Here there is a fallen tree, and a fallen tree does mean logs action more often than not, but there is no logs here. It's just a gyal somewhere. And all I care, that gyal can be there. Kinda like that flaming sword. It's really neat. Okay, can we now get back? Feed our logs a little bit. I'd love to have them breeding a little bit. What are you doing all alone here? Come down with me to the others. Those workbenches are in danger of being destroyed, but yeah, we're gonna feed logs. There you go. You should have some food in here. There ain't none. Strange. I thought I threw you some, but... Okay, now we've got to do some cleaning up here because we have like a heck ton of stuff laying around here. This is gonna be a while until we get all of that sorted. The black metal needs to go there. Then we've got some more food. So many things. More stones. Can't even fit them in here anymore. Shoot. Gonna drop the stone here for now because there is much more we need to get to. All of this is kind of full. Mountain. Swamp. Seeker meat. Cloudberries. Entrails. Where's the entrails? What else? That is that. And then we have that and that. Ooh, 6 chains we gained from that. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, and then there is more stone and gray stone. Guess we gonna be putting up some graustein piles somewhere. Those are quite big. Okay. I'd want to leave that here. Is that everything now? I think. Guess we're gonna take that in here and get the graustein out there because we're not done with that building process there. And the money goes down here. Just gonna have a quick look here if there is more fishies. Of course. Okay, so what's left is some iron and some sap. That needs to go in here. And we do need to do some repairs. I have been reducing my stuff to there we go. So, oh wait, we have that. So we still have time to get that over there real quick. Might want to probably do some black metal smeltering as well, because if we want to be doing... Don't even have the space in here to do that. Shoot. So we want 20 of those, and then we can put that in here. Those go to be put in the kilns. And then we're gonna be picking all of that up and putting all of that in here. And then we're gonna go sleep. That was quite a lot of stuff. So much for a calm episode. Not really. Whew, we've got a little bit of a problem here because we can't fit all of that. Okay. That goes there. And we go home, put the stuff back and go sleep. Maybe we don't build a warehouse. We have our forest base to be putting surplus into. Don't need to go to the length to build a warehouse, I think. So that needs to go back here and that needs to go back here, but we need to do some fishing. If I could remember where we left our boat. For now, we're gonna have a short break here. Be right back. Okay, let's sleep. We are nearing the 1.5 hour mark, but we're gonna go for one more day and then end the episode there. And in the next episode, I think we're gonna go back to the Ashlands for a spell and do some ash landing again. Now we're gonna have the cheapo food, real cheap food, because we don't need more to run around at home. Because I do want to do something in here to make that look nice. And what I thought we could do, we could get us some of those, but those are pretty hefty. We could get us some ashwood. Those ashwood thingies here, those are a little less hefty. And gonna place them in here to get some illumination. That is one idea I had. There's also those fancy things here. Look at how pretty those are. That is an ashwood divider. Look, that is so pretty. Can we even put them in there? Oh yes, we could. So there is some options we have to decorate that really prettily with those ashwood pieces. I want to try and do something like that. Also, we have to get us a forge here and get those flaw metal doors installed. Those are pretty expensive. I still want to use them because I want to see how they look. So let's get... We steal the forge here, or do we have copper? Oh, we have plenty. So we can also just go with that. There should be some coal in here. There. We need 4 stones. That should give us a forge. Yeah. Just because if you want to install that flame metal stuff, you need a forge nearby, like with the ironwood. So we're gonna be doing that. Give me some flame metal. That is heavy. How much do we need for those fabulous doors? 16 per. Man, that is not even enough. 30, we need 32. I'm gonna drop off the Graustein then. And the coal we did not use. There. I want those big flaw metal doors in here. And we're gonna see how big they are. Okay, they don't fit. The door frame we made. We have to come up with a clever solution to finish off the edges here. Maybe we can use those small pillars on the sides here in a way to finish that edge. That is okay. Like so. One more on top here, I guess. And then can we use those to fit in here? No, those are too small. We need the bigger ones. Like so. That one here is not in the right spot. Bottom, center. Now it is. Okay, this is looking not too shabby. And then of course we want to have the staircase go over like that. Have to do something about that here. Not enough grousting, gimme. We have to do something here. Not quite happy how that looks. I need to have my pickaxe and pickaxe away a little bit at that ridge here to get that look nicer. There, that's better. That is better. I like it. Let's do a little pickaxing here too. And we have to get the cultivator to get that to be cultivated soil again. Yeah, I like that better. And then we can possibly cover that up a little bit to have it look nicer. I think I like that. Something like that, probably. Yeah, that is not too shabby. Those doors look fab. Look how pretty. Okay. I think I like that, and that thing here is completely out of whack. What was I thinking when I installed that? I'm not quite sure. There is some funky stuff going on up there. That one is not correct either. There is some underlying nonsense going on here, huh? And what the heck is that? That one piece here looks very funky. I have to go upstairs and see from above. Oh, it's just a piece of grousting laying in there. Okay. Cool. I'm good with that now. Okay, then we need some ash wood. There should be some ash wood in here. Let's do that. And then we have to do something here. Probably it would be best if we continued. Let me get some. Oh wait, I have Graustein in my pocket. Oh yeah, I do. We need to have those coming down here, I think. That would be better. We will have a little less space to work with here, but I'm okay with that. Because that is better, and that looks super funky here. Let me remove that and hack on that edge here. Just a wee bit. There we go. Now we don't have that sticking out there. That's good. I like it. Now can we place that in any meaningful way here? Something like a scalloped edge. That looks funky. If we put that to snap top. Look at that. That does overlap the weeest bit here. That is looking super sketch. Okay, what else can we do here? Use that half wall in here. I think that's better. Kinda like it is here. That seems to be a little off here, huh? There, it's better. Like so. Yeah, I think that looks nicer. Okay, I'm good with that. And then I do want illumination in here, but I don't want it to be super heavy, if you get my drift. So probably, we could install something like that, because that would make the light shine down. So if we put how can we do that? Ideally, I want it centered in there somehow. Are we back to using doors to make things go to the correct place here? Probably. Let me try that. That would... Nah, I can't make it snap to the center there, because that door is too far back. We need that just the other way around. We need it here. And then, what is hacking at my stuff again? We can install that all across. There is probably a fooling out there. Or a drogger hacking at my stuff. That does not make me happy. So with that being installed up there, I need to do something about that. That does not make me happy. Bubble up. Who is destroying my stuff? How rude. A Draugr and a skeleton and another skeleton, okay. How rude. Okay, now we need flour metal, proustite and sulfur, because that is needed to install those lamps. Oh, we have a lot of stuff in here. Let's go with 3 lamps for now, and we shall see if we do need more. And I need 3 flour metal. And we need to get up there to install that. 1, 2, 3, and those 3 arches here. That is what I'm aiming for. So let's see that we get up there so we can place that stuff. Furniture, lava lamp. And I want it right here in the middle. Yeah, that is not the worst. Well, it's not exactly in the middle, but I dig it. It's okay. So we have forest meadow, swamp, mountains, plains, and then on this side mistlands, ashlands, deep north, something along those lines. We have to get those out of here and place them somewhere outside, because we will have to build more with stone and probably flour metal, so we're gonna get that on the outside here. So we have that in the vicinity. And I kind of think we're gonna have like some... not quite sure how to do that. But I kind of want some display of each biome in one of those quadrants here, like this, and then that, and then like that. I don't know. I have to think about how to do that, but we got light in here. Might even, let me see, building. We might even want to have those ashen dividers up there. That was wrong. Something like that. I do like that ashwood stuff. That really looks pretty. It really does. We need more ashwood. Gonna do that. Give me more ashwood. It's not like we are out of ashwood. So on this side and then also on the other side. We could even go for 2 more lamps if we find that it is too dark in here with only the 3 lamps. I kind of like that. I think that looks pretty. Okay, we will have to have some armor stands and item stands. So we're gonna need a lot of fine wood and we're gonna need a lot of bronze nails. And I don't think we do have a lot of bronze nails. We're gonna have to be making some bronze nails here. Good thing we have a lot of bronze. So bronze nails, please. Also, we do need iron nails because the item stands take iron nails. Ooh, we are short on iron nails. We are short on iron. We need to go to the swamp and get us some more iron nails, I guess. So now we've got some nails. Where did that come from? Oh, I harvested some of the barley. Sometimes, really, I am a little bit... Let me get that out of here. We can deposit that next to our building site with the other blocks. Could also put it here, I guess. For now. Now it's getting dark and we can see, oh, the light is nice in here. Like it. Okay, if we start off... Forest, meadow, swamp, mountain, plains, mistlands, ashlands, and we have a little bit of a problem because there is nothing for the deep north if we do it like that. But if we started off here with the display and we put up I don't have the leather, I think. We need leather scraps for that. Do we have some? Yeah, here we go. So there goes some item stands here and here. There's a rack. There is a lot of armor in those parts. And we're gonna be hanging weapons here. I am not quite sure how many weapons there are. But we're gonna collect everything and then put it in there and see if we need more. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay. Maybe something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. We have to place everything here and then have a look at it. For now, I think we're gonna get us one box and put all the ingredients we need for the museum part here. And let's put that behind the door so we can store all of that in here so we don't have to fetch that again. So that thing goes back here and that thing goes back here I kinda... let's put those 16 in here for now too, because we have to do something about that. And then where is... that is that. And then that is that. Okay, now we are all set. And with that, we're gonna be ending the episode here. And I hope you liked our "Oh my, let's get some things done" episode. And if you did so, please give me a thumbs up. That really does help the algorithm a great deal to promote the videos and the content to other people. So I would be very grateful if you could give me a like. Also, if you want to see more of my content, consider subscribing. Also, that is a good way for no cost to help me out a little bit and make the content a little more visible on the YouTubes. So I would appreciate that. Please leave me a comment about what you think we should be doing. The options are: we're gonna go for a few saga runs, so we can do a permadeath. We can do a no map. If you have any other idea what we could do, then please feel free to leave me a comment with your ideas, and then we're gonna be deciding what the next run is gonna be. And with that, I'm gonna bid you a good night, and we are going to be back with new shenanigans in the 10th world real soon.